Hello my friends, family, esteemed colleagues. I'm receiving quite often emails with a similar question and or questions, and this is about particular types of therapies and what my opinion on these therapies are. One of them was about the infrared light, which I wrote an article about. But there are many others, like, for example, what is my opinion on grounding? What is my opinion about using some medicinal remedy? Or what is my opinion about light therapy, ultraviolet or infrared? Or in general, what is my opinion about sound therapy, aromatherapy? Well, we have to understand that when we are talking about anything that relates to our reality, we are talking about vibration. Because vibration, electromagnetic pulsation, is what is being used to create everything. And it's done through consciousness. Now, what is light? What is sound? What is odor? What is touch? What is well, any kind of applied therapy. These are fractions or tools through which we bring frequency to correct frequency of the body. But also, this has nothing to do only with healing. This is to do with the whole experience of the reality. It's all frequency based. And when we are talking about sound, well, we are talking about one of the forms through which vibration can be transmitted. Light is another one. Smell, odor, through sense of smell, is another one. So there are many different ways how we can influence changes of frequency. Unfortunately, we are being misled through our system, which utilizes religion and school, education, to actually miseducate us, misinform us. And then we take what we have learned, it becomes a running program that our mind is using to manifest. So now if your programs are limiting you, then your manifestation is limited. Very obvious, well, maybe not obvious to all, but to those who are already awakening, very obvious manipulation is through religion. Now, why? Because, you see, I'm talking about oneness, I'm talking about spirit, that in spirit world, in a world of consciousness, we are all one. We come from the same consciousness. We are the expression of the same consciousness. But then some people right away react, well, I'm not religious. Well, religion and consciousness have absolutely nothing in common. Religion is a tool of control, oppression. And spirituality is a tool of freedom, release. Religion enslaves you, spirituality frees you. It breaks the chains. Religion has been created, some say, oh, it's opium of masses. It's not opium. It is misguidance being used to control people. Most of the wars now are religious wars. When no matter which religion you touch, in essence, when there is always a touch of spirituality in it, and the touch of spirituality tells you, thou should not kill. Yeah, but my God tells me that I should kill those that do not convert and realize that my God is the God. Well, then your God is not really God if He tells you to kill, because the essence of spirituality is harmony, is not killing. But then, of course, then we have the other side of a spectrum when we talk about diet. Thou should not kill. And you kill animal to eat. You are evil. You are disconnected. You don't know what to... Well, you are not killing plant when you are eating it? Or plant doesn't deserve to live? It's not God's creation. It does not feel. When plant is the most empathic and most connected to the spiritual realm of all what we call biological forms. And this has been proven through simple test of measuring the voltage. Plants are extremely empathic. But because we are disconnected and we don't realize it, because we stop communicating with the spirit, with the soul. So, as long as we are disconnected, we cannot understand reality. We don't even understand who we are. How can you understand anything else? And why are we so disconnected? Because of religion and because of education. Because religion separates us from spirituality, and education separates us from truth. I have been guided to use medicine, to use health, to debunk the system. I'm debunking the whole medical system. I'm proving it being false and actually contrary to the truth. And it is very simple to see once when you allow truth to come in. But our ego is way too much concerned with its own appearance, its own likeness, wants to be above everybody else, So if you don't have much money, then your greatness comes from a title. And the title being it, you are born of a noble family, you are right away entitled, or you have prestigious degrees of indoctrination. I'm not going to call it education because it's not education, it's misinformation or indoctrination. We are indoctrinated into believing certain things, like salt is bad for our health, it is going to cause heart attacks, it is going to cause high blood pressure and water retention and inflammation. We should not have salt. Well, it's a contrary to the truth. Everything is contrary to the truth, which I explain through my work. And everyone can test it for themselves. You don't have to trust anything I say. But I provide you with the tools, how you can check it out, how you can obviously see it if you choose to look. If you choose not to look, to just replicate what you have been told, like a, not parrot, parrots are thinking, but like a tape deck. You tape the program into your brain and it keeps rolling and spitting the same thing. I always wonder, why do they have receptionists when they can have computer? Because the receptionist cannot make any decision, no matter how clear it is that people can be helped. But because they only reproduce the set of rules that they are being told, you don't need human to do that. You put robot in that place. If you don't have freedom to alter things to make it better, then use machine. You know, when I needed my passport being renewed, I'm in Peru, so I went to US Embassy in Lima and applied for new passport. My expired. And when I applied, they asked me for my Social Security. My Social Security, I never used it really. Since I was 35, I left the civilized world, moved on a boat, went sailing, and never used my Social Security. So, with the boat, when I lost the boat, I lost my papers. But they have the Social Security in the informations that, because I requested a change of passport before in Venezuela. I'm traveling. I don't like to be in one place. And I left United States when I noticed it is becoming communistic. The only place that is not communistic is open sea or jungle. So first I was in open sea, now I'm in a jungle. Because this is where I find freedom. But when I requested a passport and they asked me for Social Security, I said, you have it. It is in a system. So the lady checks and says, oh yeah, okay, I have it, that's fine. And when I came to pick up the passport, when it was ready, I asked the lady, please, can you write me down on a piece of paper my Social Security number? Because I would like to see if I can open a bank account, because here I don't have access to it. And answer was, I cannot give it to you. Now, why officials cannot give me my number. It's not secret. They have it on a file. She has it in front of her face. She told me you have to apply to Costa Rica. Of course, I chose not to do anything about it. Who cares about, I never care about governments. Governments are bloodsuckers. And I'm fighting for freedom. I don't want any number associated with myself. I'm living God creation. I am not number. I have my name. But anyway, this is how we are being controlled. We are not being allowed to do anything. If she is not allowed to help me, why do we need her there? Why don't we put just the machine? You type in the information, it spits out your papers. If information is missing, well, you don't get things, and that's it. She does exactly the same. Why do we need people there? Many people say, well, automated, when we put AI, artificial intelligence, and we cut down on people's jobs, what are we going to do? Well, we are going to liberate ourselves from a stupid jobs that do not need brain to work. And it is a stupid clerk that has not a sense that she can write on piece of paper these freaking 7, 8 numbers. Doesn't cost her anything. But no, we are all slaves. As long as you are in a system, you are a slave. Well, going now further into our reality and education, as I said, through my work I'm proving that everything we know about medicine is false. Well, yeah, there's always, a little bit, it's generalizing, but everything that matters, that can keep us healthy without a need of actually grabbing some medicinal remedy, is being twisted, manipulated, so we are misguided. And we fear things that we need the most. We are being told to protect ourselves from sunlight. Now, what is sunlight? Sunlight are frequencies which are transformed by the brain according to the programming and manifested through a sense of light, which are, well, first pineal gland, but then eyes, which reflect it out and in. So, sunlight has all the frequencies that we are programmed with. That's why you manifest them. You don't manifest every frequency through light. Well, not all frequencies are manifested through light because we don't have sensors for all the light, all the frequencies, light sensors. Because some of these frequencies are being manifested through other sensors, like taste, like odor, sense of smell, like touch, sense of firmness. Every frequency that is manifested through one of the sensors can also be manifested and is manifested well, can be manifested through all the other sensors if it is programmed that way. But we are not programmed to manifest every frequency that we use in a form of light. Neither are we programmed to sense every frequency in a sense of smell or taste or touch or sound. So whenever we are focusing on delivering frequencies to our body through a medium, let's say sound machine, sound, tuning fork. Well, yes, you are tuning your body, but again, you are using only frequencies that your body is programmed to receive through sound. But again, not every frequency will be transformed into sound because you are not tuned to it. You are not programmed. This is why now when we are raising our frequencies, raising them, now we are going to be able to see more colors. Not that they were not there before, but we have not been programmed to see them. So many frequencies that are being, some say, okay, infrared light, it does miracle, it does this and this and that. Well, but the same frequency that does this can be manifested through electromagnetic field. Because it is, every frequency starts as electromagnetic impulse. It's created in a quantum field through sacred geometry. Collision of electromagnetic frequencies. They are all in wave form. And you can easily see it. If you take a speaker, again, practical experiment, you can do it yourself. Put speaker above the surface of still water, and then use, the most powerful is going to be bass, because it's a long frequency. Always the long frequency penetrates the deepest. You can hear it the furthest. And so if you take a woofer, put it above the water, and make boom, and you will see wave starts forming, circular wave, and then starts broadening up, expanding. You have transferred the electromagnetic frequency into sound frequency, and sound frequency into motion of water. You are transferring the vibration. The thing about energy is it's unstoppable. You cannot stop energy, but you can change its frequency. And when you're changing frequency, you're actually changing the reality, because it's based on frequency. The easiest way to see it, again, it's through food. We all know how a piece of raw meat looks like, how it tastes if you taste it, how it smells. Different animals will smell differently, meat from different animals. Why? There are slight changes of frequencies in there. Hey, Machki, you are going to break everything. This is a Luna. So, if you start heating the food, what happens? Well, you are raising the frequency. Higher heat resonates faster. And as the resonance of whatever you are heating is changing, all of a sudden you start feeling different flavor, the first different smell. It smells differently. You put a steak on a grill, all of a sudden aroma changes. Okay? Then color changes. Another frequency shift. If you taste it, the taste changed. Another shift. If you touch it, the consistency changed. Another frequency shift. Everything we see, everything we experience is frequency, analyzed through programs which were implanted in our mind, in our brain. Schools are implanting programs. Religions are implanting programs for us to follow. And once when you accept that program, then you start obeying it. My mother always said, we need at least one warm meal a day. Well, warm meal, heated meal, change the frequency. How do you feel? Do you feel better the way you are, or when you burn your skin? Well, burned skin is nothing more than changed frequency. And then, through programs that you have, you feel difference between not being burnt and being burned. The only difference is change of frequency. If you can now quickly repair the frequency, bring it back to this originally God-given, tuned, naturally tuned frequency, not only the pain goes away, but the skin recovers instantly. There will be no trace of burn. But we say, well, it's impossible because things are as they are non-changeable. Well, we are being told this, but it's not true. We have been indoctrinated with lies. Of course, now the question is, well, if it's not true, if we can do this, show me. Well, I'm teacher, and you know, those that cannot do, they teach. Jesus can have shown you this. Why? Because we have all been implanted with programs. From the time we start developing, because the robot is implanted with programs to function a certain way. And these programs tell us that we are omnivores, that should be eating meat and can eat fruits. Everything else should be avoided unless needed to alleviate certain frequency problem. And we can get hurt, which changes our frequency, and then we can use certain plant that has a shifted frequency when applied may neutralize the frequency, wrong frequency in our body, suppress it. So all the medicinal remedies are suppressants and give the time to the body to recover its natural frequency, to tune itself. And the nature in general is made in a way that it can adjust to changes in the environment, and if you change the environment that caused the problem, then your body recovers, because it is going to shift according to the environment. When we are being jabbed and we are being told, oh, this is going to protect you now for life. Well, now they say, well, it cannot be for life. Of course it cannot be for life. And it cannot protect you from anything, because all you are doing, you are putting in a body something that the body has to defend itself from. So it will right away try to tell it, take it out. And this is why you will have inflammation and soreness. And if you are well hydrated, the body may have chance to take it out through urine, through diarrhea or sweating. It will try to take it out, and it will do it. If you are not well hydrated, then it will store it in area where it is not going to be bothersome, but already you have a wrong frequency in your body that is clicking time bomb. And as soon as body finds opportunity to cleanse it out, it will try to do so. And when it goes into cleansing mode, again, it's a frequency of the body goes into cleansing. Well, we call this flu. We have symptoms of toxic blood, because blood becomes toxic. Why? Because those toxins from a tissue came back into the blood. Through resonance of cleansing, they were being released, which makes blood toxic. So you have symptoms of toxic blood, which is fever, because body wants to create higher temperature to cause sweating, to take it out, or to transform it, because through increased heat, transformation of frequency can happen. Body and elements will resonate differently. But also, this toxic blood is going to cause pain, because this is how we are programmed. So we realize that we are toxic, that we need to do something about it. So we will have pain. As your car has a red light to show when you are low on oil or on gas, and well, body shows pain to tell you, well, there is a problem. You have to figure it out where. Animals don't have to figure it out. Animals are always connected with their spirit. They know exactly what is the problem. And they know, okay, they smell different plants and then choose to eat particular one, because they know that this frequency is, our shamans do it, because they are still connected. But general public, we have been messed up so much through our science, miseducation, indoctrination, and religion, then we have absolutely no clue what's happening in the body. We eat something, we get bloated, and we say, oh, it's good because I ate healthy food. Bloating, well, this is a side effect, but the food is healthy. That's how indoctrinated we are. We eat plants, we have digestive problems. And we start saying, well, but plants are healthy. This cannot be plant. This has to be, there must have been some animal product in there, because animal products are bad. Again, it's implanted science. And we repeat it. Just look at the young kids coming from colleges. They don't even know if they are male or female, because they can be them. They can be a tree. Well, They should refer to themselves as an idiot. But no one does it because, oh, idiot. I'm educated. You're indoctrinated. Anyone who hides behind their diplomas is idiot. Everyone. But anyway. When we are talking about structuring water, and of course now we have well-structured water, special machine, you put it down, it makes it swirl, you see the swirl, you see when water comes down, it makes double helix, yeah, this is already structured. Structured water, what does it mean, structured water? You have to look at the work of Masaru Emoto, because here in pictures he shows you what the structures are. When you see snowflakes, one snowstorm may have one type of a snowflake, another snowstorm may have another, or snowflakes in this area will be different than in that area. Why? Because they are going through different environment. And what is a snowflake? It's frozen water. And water, I called water materialistic or quantum field expressed through particles. Because in quantum field, you have sacred geometry and sacred geometry forms, which are actually crystal forms. But they are only in electromagnetic field. Transferred into water, you are transferring them into world of particles, because your reality is created from particles. Particles are created by your brain. So in quantum field you have no particles. They have to be manifested to be particle. Water is manifestation. So you can use your thought. Look in the water and think about something beautiful. Think about love. And then flash freeze the water. Slice it thin and look through a microscope, and you will see beautiful crystalline form. How did that crystalline form appear there? Because your thoughts are electromagnetic impulses representing the thought, representing a certain structure. Your thought is broadcast of ideas. You broadcast through electromagnetic waves, which your brain creates. Those brain waves hit the water, and in the water, they will show this type of a crystal. Every thought will show different type of a crystal. Different thoughts, different crystals. Now, this is why life is created through water. Life we know of is created through water. It's our quantum field, but it's not quantum anymore because it is in particle form. So it's already manifestation form. And so are your thoughts. But you can use those thoughts to create in a quantum world, an electromagnetic field, and then have them manifest it into your reality. Everything, every single thing you see, from animal, stone, chair that I'm sitting on, the trees, rocks, air, water, everything is manifestation of electromagnetic signals being run through your Pentium chip, your programs, and then manifested the way your ego understands it. So your ego will be limited. And very often I see, while the channeler is channeling, let's say, Pleiadians, and says, you see, we are so disconnected now, and we are in such a bad shape that even food of gods becomes difficult for us to digest. Now, what do they refer the food of gods? Carbohydrates. And I explain why. And this is why I'm realizing that not even the spirits know everything. This is why we are here. This is why we manifest, to better understand the creation. And so we can improve on creation only if we understand it better. And right now, we have understood that we made a big mistake by manifesting certain things, negative things, like evil, like devil, like archons, and all this crap that we have designed, and we start manifesting. Now we are taking them down, because we don't want to use them anymore in further manifestations, because we didn't like the reality where they are present. So we are taking them down, and they have to be taken down. You cannot leave this energy. Again, it's frequency. You don't want to leave this frequency behind, because somebody will get to it and will start forming ideas around it and recreating them. This mistake was done many times before, so this time it was decided, no, we have to get rid of this. And we are actually dismantling it. It's like taking a pyramid and taking stone by stone off to completely dissolve it. That's the only way we can get rid of this. And we are doing this. This is this big battle that Bible describes as a battle between God and devil. So when we are talking about healing processes through what is best, the best is electromagnetic impulse, because this is what everything comes out from. And the best machine is the brain, but it is running on the wrong programs. So it does not manifest correctly, because it was told, it's under impression, the program runs and says, well, what is a glass cannot become a stone. What is stone is cannot become glass. But how do you make a glass from a stone? From a sand, from silica? How do you do it? By transforming frequency. How does body create potassium? Transforms sodium into potassium. How does body create calcium? Transforms potassium into calcium. Changing frequency. Because it is designed to do this. But our science tells us, no, it's impossible. This cold fusion, this is. Well, it's obvious program. We have to be ready to start accepting, like a child. Open your mind, and whatever you hear, don't reject it, absorb it. And then, when you will be thinking about a problem, then at least you have a storage of things that you have absorbed that now your computer can use to calculate. And more information it has, the better success of calculation it will have. So, again, we go to the same question. Shall we focus on light therapy, sound therapy, color therapy, scent therapy? You are taking little fractions. Yes, it will relieve you from certain things, but a healing cannot be done in general until all the frequencies start resonating correctly. And the only thing that can do it is electromagnetic transducer. And the one that is programmed to show you this reality is your brain. So your brain can do everything for you. How do we engage it? Well, we have to get rid of everything we have been told. We have to be ready to put ourselves in the arms of Spirit itself. How do you do it? Forget about your ego. Well, I'm highly educated, I have diploma, I know exactly how things are together, I'm biochemist, I know chemically. You are being indoctrinated. You know nothing of value, because it cannot help you. Are you happy? Are you healthy? Do you have a perfect life? You have to go into synchronicity. You have to synchronize with the God-created frequencies that are being used for the body and our reality. So again, how do you do it? Take a deep breath, close your eyes. Exhale slowly, relax. Try to clear your mind of any thought other than I surrender. Which means you are surrendering your ego and you are opening yourself to change, to get retuned to the Spirit. We all have Spirit within us. It's in our heart. So connect with your heart. Relax, and you can think of your heart and say, I'm connecting with my heart. We say heart is love. So I'm surrendering to love. And let everything else evaporate. That's how we cleanse. Now again, it's very easy to say it. It's much more difficult to actually do it. And for some people, it's impossible. So we will be helped. We will eventually be irradiated. So all the frequency will shift and change. And some people are resonated already high enough that they can be on this planet when this irradiation occurs. But the great majority of people will be taking off the planet because they will not be able to handle it. They would evaporize, and actually everything else that stays on the planet and cannot adjust to the vibration will be evaporized, which means whatever evil is trying to hide here has no chance of survival. Right now this cannot happen because the great majority of people would evaporize. And at heart they are not bad. They have been miseducated. They have been indoctrinated the wrong way. So they will be taken off the planet, and they will be in a slower pace. They will be cleansed and corrected with their vibration. Those whose vibration is high enough, they were the chosen one to hold the light here, hold the electric charge, to help the planet to shift. And it all will happen through this irradiation, which will come from Central Sun. So we are close to that point. Nobody knows when it's going to come. But first we have to awaken as many people as possible, because we need as many souls with high frequency to help the shift. This is why most of this, what you are watching on TV, is a movie. They're killing people. Yes, some people are suffering. Some people are being killed, but not nearly as many, and it's not nearly as bad as it is projected through our media. Soon we will be exposed to the truth, even through media. But before that, a sweep has to be done, and it will be done by military. Because politicians are corrupt, and they are part of the problem, not solution. Yes, military was corrupted, but military, you just change few commanders and you have good military. Which is being done worldwide. Okay, my friends, I'll stop now with my gibbering here. Keep you to your thoughts. Open yourself up to other sources of information. Never follow one source only, because in any form, the information is not going to be complete. Not even through channeler. There will always be something that is not really correct. And I spot things, I spotted things like this. So, keep faith up. Hold the light. Start learning the truth. And help us with the shift. Thank you for listening. God bless you. Namaste.